stimulus package. It'll be very good. It'll be very generous.
Wait, you just heard that too, right? In case you missed it, let's go and hear that again. Play that tape.
We will be doing another stimulus package. It'll be very good. It'll be very generous.
That's right, y'all. You heard it straight from the president himself. He just committed on live television to correspondent Joe St. George that there is going to be a second stimulus bill. But does that necessarily mean that there's going to be a second stimulus check? Unfortunately not, and I'll explain why here in 1 sec. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. I am your gracious host, Jeff Rose. And yes, we finally heard the president commit that there's going to be a second stimulus bill. But there's only one problem with what he had to say. And in case you missed it, let's go ahead and play that tape one more time.
We will be doing another stimulus package. It'll be very generous.
So while yes, he did commit to a second stimulus package, that does not necessarily mean that he is committing to a second check. Now, is that political suicide if he doesn't issue a second check if there is a second package? Well, I guess we'll let you all determine that. And actually, go ahead and share it in the comments below. If there is a secondary package that does get passed, that he signs into order, and there is no second stimulus check, do you think that that is political suicide for him being reelected? I'm curious to hear your comments I'm curious to hear your comments in the comments below. Now, personally, my belief is that if there is going to be a second stimulus package that does get passed, I mean, there's no way they can do that and not issue some sort of secondary check. Now, only exception would be is if the unemployment benefits are extended well past going into the 2021 year. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that is keeping people afloat. Because most of you know, a $1,200 check, while that is nice, that is awesome, that definitely would help out a ton. Right now, getting that $600 a week, $2,400 a month, like that is more of a lifesaver than a one-time check. So if a second stimulus package is going to get passed, and if this does include a check, when is that going to be released? Like right now, we know, that the Senate said that they're not even going to look at anything well into July, and it's getting close. It's June 23rd, the time of this recording. But is there any timeline? Well, the president also did have some comments on that as well.
When are you going to do it? I think over the next. I think it's going to be bipartisan. I think it's going to be over the next couple of weeks.
I have a lot.
So over the next few weeks is when he said that they are going to get together. I don't know getting together to talk about it, to vote on it, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get passed in the next few weeks. Obviously, that's one of those things where you can start picking apart every little thing and then start using past history, looking at the CARES Act, how long that took to pass, how long that took to get checks issued. If you watched any of my previous videos on the economic stimulus updates, on a best case scenario, we were looking at potentially August that a check would be made available. And this was all based off of what had happened with the previous CARES Act, just how long it took to get to everything passed, how long direct deposits were to send out, those that were set to receive paper checks or the prepaid debit cards. Now, if you actually watch that full interview, which on Twitter right now, it's only 39 seconds, he did say, Joe St. George asked him specifically, if there would be a second stimulus check, and he says, yes, there is, but then that's when he starts talking more about the stimulus package. Either way, if there's anything positive that can be said about this, is that we've seen so many of his economic advisors. We've seen so many people on his administration. We've seen other senators, other House of Representatives make comments regarding a second stimulus package, but we haven't really heard anything straight from his mouth up until, I guess, this was done yesterday. So this is the interview happened yesterday. So it's if anything, it's encouraging to see something. I mean, right now we are in desperate need of anything encouraging, and for what it is, like, this is somewhat encouraging that there could be, I mean, he's saying there will be, he's saying there will be. I'm still going to say there could be a second package, a second check. I guess we're going to find out in a few more weeks. I'm hoping that with him making this a public statement, that there's going to be more questions, not just to him, but other personnel of his cabinet, so that we can start getting some more direct responses, as opposed to, oh yeah, we may talk about this, or we want to wait and see to how the June unemployment numbers are going to be, or how the COVID-19 cases are going to look. I mean, okay, whatever, that's fine, but we see people are still struggling. We see, right now we are within a month of the first unemployment benefits to expire with the CARES Act. So to wait until mid-July to start making decisions, I mean, we're just really pushing things off until last minute. And right now, people don't do well with uncertainty. And right now we've got much more of it. So anyway, that's the latest update. You heard it from the president's mouth that there will be a second stimulus package. Our hopes and prayers that there is a second check, but even more important, in my opinion, is having those extended unemployment benefits, because that's right now what people are still hurting. I still have so many people I know that are still just waiting to find out if they can go back to work, if there's a business, a job they can go back to work to. And knowing that their unemployment benefits are going to expire here in the next few weeks, I mean, they're stressing. I mean, they are stressing. I'm sure that many of you are stressing too. So I hope that this is a beacon of light for you, that there is some potential hope for you. All right, y'all, until next time, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.